Hello everybody. As many of you have already noticed, holiday makeup it's here, and people are brands are coming out with more and more holiday releases and people are buying them. So I thought it would be appropriate to do a video talking specifically about how brands are trying to make more money out of you this holiday season. More specifically, how brands trick you into spending more money around the holidays. I'm going to be talking specifically about holiday makeup releases in this video. I do plan on doing more content related to this topic as we move into the holiday season, but today I want to talk about specifically holiday makeup releases and just how brands are trying to pull one over on you, because I really want to make sure that we are all aware of this. I want to make sure that we all know how brands are trying to work with us so we can purchase items that we actually really truly love instead of being bamboozled into getting something that we might not even use. So without further ado, let's just get into this video. The first way that I think brands are really successfully making a ton of money off of all of us would be not releasing all of their holiday makeup releases all at once. A great example of this would be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 1, 2, and 3 palettes. You might notice that, or you might remember that they did not release all of these palettes at once, or they did not announce them all at once. First, they released and announced the Norvina Volume 1 palette, and then they announced the Norvina Volume 2 palette, and then they announced the Norvina Volume 3. So this was all a very, in my opinion, very calculated way of making sure that we all spent money on the Norvina Volume 1 palette first, and then we were left to decide whether or not we wanted the Norvina Volume 2 and 3 palettes. And for a lot of people, they found themselves liking the Norvina Volume 3 palette most of all. But since they had already spent the money on the Norvina Volume 1 palette, they were left thinking, okay, should I spend money on the Norvina Volume 3 palette or not? Because in many ways, the Norvina Volume 3 palette was the most accessible to the greatest amount of people because it had the most neutrals in it, it was the most fall appropriate, whereas all the palettes that came before it were a little bit more colorful. And this is just one example, but this also applies to literally every single brand that we are seeing right now. Every single brand, they are announcing their holiday makeup releases, and they're basically strategically announcing them so that we buy them, all right? Then they release or announce some more releases, and then we buy those as well. And this will all go on until the end of December because brands want to make money off of us. And this takes me into my second point. A way that brands are really trying to make you spend more money around the holidays is by releasing minis. Now, a lot of you guys are familiar with minis, basically smaller versions of large full-size makeup products, and usually these versions of makeup products are priced at a discount, so naturally you think, okay, yes, I'm saving money if I get this makeup product. But here's the kick, here's the catch. When you start buying more and more of these items, you eventually will start spending more money on minis than you would spend on full-size items. So this is where the brand makes their money because it costs less for them to make these minis. In my opinion, it costs less. And they also are giving you, they're giving you less product, all right? And at the same time, you're buying more of them and you're spending more money, theoretically. Now, I will say this. In my opinion, I think that it's a lot more cost efficient and it's a lot just better to buy minis if you have the opportunity, because a lot of times we don't necessarily find ourselves using up lip products. We don't necessarily find ourselves using up face products. And if we can get minis of those items, especially if we're talking about blushes, bronzers, highlighters, liquid lipsticks, etc., it's actually better for us because we're able to pay less and use up an item when we wouldn't necessarily have been using up the full size, if that makes any sense. So it benefits us, but at the same time, it benefits the brands, because if you're getting more of these minis, if you're looking at this mini item and you're like, okay, yeah, usually if this was a full size, I could just get one because it's so expensive, but since it's a mini, I can get 3, you know. But in reality, you are actually spending more money on those 3 minis than you would spend on one full size, if that makes any sense. Also, the way the brands are trying to trick you into spending more money around the holiday season. with their cute packaging. I think makeup brands such as Tarte and Too Faced, they're both really good examples of brands that really promote their cute packaging and aesthetics around the holiday season. They know that a lot of us are really people that are susceptible to cute packaging, to cute concepts, to this like cutesy theme, and they think, okay, yeah, if we give them cute packaging, they'll buy the makeup. Which in many cases it works. And I do admit I have fallen prey to this myself, but as many of you already know, now I really try to, I would say, compel myself to look past the cute packaging and actually look at the formula and look at the product inside. If I like the formula and the product, I will get the product. If I like the packaging and that's it, then I won't get it. So I really try to make sure that I'm aware of this, but at the same time, I do know that a lot of you guys might not be aware of this, and I think that it's important to sort of gauge, are you interested in the packaging or are you interested in the formula? And if you're somebody who loves makeup just because of the packaging, yeah, I get it. But if you're also somebody who actually wants to be using your makeup, you might want to think twice. Oh, the next point that I want to make, value sets. When you have brands literally promoting value sets at a discounted rate, or when you have them put several full-size products into one value set at a discount, they're trying to make money off of you. And I'm saying discount because I think that we are getting more and more aware of just how cheap makeup is to produce. This has been talked about for quite a little bit, but I think recently we are now becoming more and more aware of just how inexpensive makeup is to produce and just how high the markup is. So even if you have a brand giving you a discount on a makeup value set, you're still paying more money. Let's talk about, for instance, the Tarte blush sets that they have during the holidays. They have like all these full-size blushes at a discounted rate. Are you ever going to use all those blushes? No, you're not. I mean, you might want to break that set apart and give like a few blushes to friends and family as gifts, but are you realistically going to use all of those blushes? Then why are they promoting those blushes to you? They're trying to get you to spend more money on them. The next thing, promoting the limited edition, get it before it's gone concept. This is something that we see a lot with makeup throughout the year, but it's even more prevalent around the holiday season. We all know that holiday makeup is generally limited edition and you don't really see it throughout the entire year, and brands know this, so they're trying to basically get you to invest or get you to spend money on that cute packaging, on the mini sizes, on like the fun aspect of the makeup. They're trying to get you to buy into the limited edition concept because that makes them money. And that's actually a reason why I try to not buy limited edition makeup, because I want makeup that will be relevant as I am using it. You know, I don't want makeup that will be relevant for about like a week or so and then everybody will forget about it, if that makes any sense, because I want to be able to use it on my channel. I want to be able to recommend it to you guys knowing that you can get it yourself as I'm telling it to you, as I'm recommending it to you, if that makes any sense. So for me, the limited edition concept is not one that I like to buy into, but I do know that it is a very popular one. And of course, brands know this and they want to make money off of it. Here's another one that is very prevalent throughout the holiday season, but relevant throughout the entire year as well. Brands are trying to get you to believe that you need the makeup they want you to buy. Here's the thing. Makeup is not something that we actually need. We don't need a whole bunch of lipsticks, liners, mascaras, eyeshadow palettes. If we're talking about makeup that we need, we only really need the bare minimum to go to the office, to go to school, but we love makeup, that's why we want it. And brands want to make you think that you need the makeup that they're trying to get you to buy, when in reality you don't need it, you just want it. So it's all about gauging what makes you happy and what you think makes you happy. And here's another point that I think brands really don't want you to know about, but they're not necessarily trying to hide it. I think that there are so many brands out there. I would put Hourglass and Too Faced into this category that recycle holiday makeup. For example, you have that 6-pan Hourglass mini face palette that comes out every single holiday, and then you also have a few Too Faced eyeshadow sets and just like just makeup sets in general that always come out around the holiday season, and they're not necessarily anything new, and sometimes the packaging may be switched around a little bit, but essentially the brand is recycling this holiday makeup. They're coming out with it every single year, so they are saving money because essentially they're coming out with something that they've already come out with, but they might be repackaging it, and they're basically trying to still promote that exclusivity to you. They're trying to make you think that you need that item. They're trying to package it in like this cute way. They're trying to make it seem exclusive. They're trying to make it seem like they're saving money by buying that item, when in reality, no matter what, you're making this brand money. So yes, those are all the points that I want to make for this video. I hope that you enjoyed this and that this was helpful to you. I just think that around the holiday season, it is so easy to get sucked into the consumerism aspect of things. And yes, material goods are really fun, but at the same time, I think that a lot of times we forget that the holiday season is all about love and family and friends and just being thankful for what we have. But then again, we still have to be aware that everybody needs to make money, and naturally brands, they're making business decisions that compel us to spend money on them. So I haven't made this video in any way, shape, or form to shame brands. I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page, that we are all aware of the fact that so many businesses in the beauty industry and in so many other industries are trying to capitalize off of the consumerism aspect that is so present around the holiday season. So it's all about just being aware of this, and being aware of this so that you can spend money in a good way, so you can make sure that you are not spending money on things that don't matter, so you can make sure that you are spending your hard-earned money on items that actually bring value into your life. I'm not somebody that is anti-consumerism. I recognize consumerism as an integral part of modern day society. I just think that we as a society should work hard to evaluate what we actually want versus what we think we want. And we should think about how these items will enrich our life, how will they make our life better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting. Thank you so much for staying with me till the end, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye guys.